Hamlet is one of William Shakespeare's most famous tragedies.
Hamlet, the Prince of Denmark, is returning home from university at Wittenberg after the death of his father. He's deeply depressed, not only because he's mourning his father, but also because his mother has married his father's brother, Claudius, who is taking his father's place as king.
The ghost of Hamlet's father appeared before him and tells him that Claudius murdered him and asks Hamlet to avenge his death. Hamlet swears to kill Claudius.
In the light of day, Hamlet worries that the ghost may not have really been his father, but a trap sent by the devil. In order to better observe Claudius and assess whether the ghost's claims are true, Hamlet decides to feign madness.
Ophelia, the daughter of the king's counsellor Polonius, has been close with Hamlet ever since his return to Denmark. In his new guise of madness, Hamlet rejects Ophelia, leaving her confused and upset. Members of the court become worried about Hamlet's mental state.
Hamlet decides to put Claudius on the spot by putting on a play whose plot closely mirrors the events of the murder the old king's ghost described.
And when Claudius sees the play, there are things in it that make him become more and more uncomfortable, and then he gets up and storms out.
Hamlet's mother, Gertrude, is distressed by the situation and summons Hamlet to her chamber. Polonius hides behind an arras to listen to the conversation.
Sensing movement and thinking it to be Claudius, Hamlet stabs the figure behind the arras, killing Polonius. The ghost reappears before Hamlet, warning him not to delay in his revenge.
After such a violent outburst, Claudius exiles Hamlet. His friends Rosencrantz and Guildenstern are sent to accompany him to England, where Claudius is secretly planning to have him executed.
Hamlet discovers this plot, and instead of going to England, returns to Denmark undercover.
Meanwhile, Polonius' son Laertes returns to Denmark from France to avenge his father's death. On his arrival, he finds his sister Ophelia in a desperate state, distressed by her father's death and upset by Hamlet's aloof behaviour.
Driven mad with grief, Ophelia drowns herself in a river, singing sad songs about a spurned lover. Hamlet attends the funeral, fights with Laertes over who loved her more.
Laertes and Claudius plot to kill Hamlet. Laertes challenges Hamlet to a duel and arranges for the tip of his blade to contain a lethal poison. Claudius also arranges for wine to be laced with the same poison.
Both Laertes and Hamlet are wounded by Laertes' poisoned sword. While watching the duel, Gertrude unwittingly drinks the poisoned wine and dies.
As he lies dying, Laertes tells Hamlet of his and Claudius's plot. He explains that the king is to blame for the queen's death.
Enraged, Hamlet finally kills Claudius by stabbing him with the poisoned blade and forcing him to drink the poisoned wine.
Hamlet tells Horatio to relate the tragic events that have taken place, and then dies.